Hello friends, welcome to GS Core. We are running into the series of current affairs through MCQs with respect to the prelim subject of geography. So we have already seen that GS Core is being providing an all India PT mock test, which is basically an OMR based simulated in a UPSC environment across 20 plus cities of India. You can scan this QR code and register yourself for this PT mock test. So the first question for today is with respect to Nord Stream 2 project. So with reference to the Nord Stream 2 project, consider the following statements. Statement 1 is it is an undersea gas pipeline project that intends to deliver natural gas from Siberia to Germany from Black Sea. If we will see this statement closely, then we would be able to analyze that it is passing not through the Black Sea but through the Baltic Sea. It is passing through the Baltic Sea. So here we can see the Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2 pipeline. It is getting originated from Siberia part of Russia, and here we can see it is reaching Germany, but it is passing through the Baltic Sea. Okay, and the Black Sea is situated towards the eastern side of this Russian provinces. Now, statement 1 becomes incorrect here. Statement 2, the pipeline aims to reduce the amount of Russian natural gas for Europe transiting through Ukraine and thus increase its energy monopoly over the Europeans. So, if we talk about to the particular of Nord Stream 2 pipeline, so here something is different. Okay, so this is Nord Stream 1 and this is Nord Stream 2. So here what is happening, these pipelines are designed in such a way that the Ukrainian part, the Ukrainian involvement is very less here. Thus, it makes it more monopolistic for Russia for this particular pipeline, that is Nord Stream 2, which will be having more monopolistic nature towards the Europeans, thus making this statement 2 as a correct statement. Thus, the correct answer here is B2 only. Next question is, Milne ice shelf is sometimes seen in the news. It is located in which of the following country? So options are Russia, Norway, Canada and New Zealand. New Zealand, there is no chance that there will be ice shelf will be present. Russia, there can be chances. Norway, there can be chances, and Canada, there can be chances. Looking at this diagram, we can see this is the part of North America, specifically part of Canada. This is Arctic Ocean, this is Greenland. And here we can see this province or this Milne ice shelf, it is present in the part of Canada here. Thus making the answer C as the correct answer, that is Canada. Basically, this was in news because there was a high scale melting of glaciers or ice shelf which was present in this Milne ice shelf. Now, question number 3. The Senkaku Dispute is sometimes seen in the news. It is between which of the following pairs of the countries? Statement A or pair A is North Korea, South Korea. Statement B is China, Russia. Statement C, Japan, China. And statement D, South Korea and Japan. So here we can analyze this question through a map diagram. So here we can see this is the presence of Senkaku Dispute Islands. This is the country of China, this is Taiwan, and this is Japan. Now here we can see that the region or the exclusive economic zone which is being claimed by China and Japan, the one in blue line, one in the red line, it is being claimed by China, and the one in this blue line, this one, it is being claimed by Japan. Okay, thus these islands which are present here, they become a kind of overlapping between these two claims. Thus it is getting disputed between these two countries of Japan and China, making the C as the correct answer. Basically, we will see one more thing, that this region, it has become the new Mediterranean of the East, because almost every island which is present in this region, it is being disputed between one or the other country. For example, China, Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, Russia, then Philippines, then Malaysia, Indonesia. Okay, so these are the countries which are constantly struggling to claim the islands and to make amendments to the laws for those particular islands and keep them within their territorial limit. Moving towards next question. Arrange the following ports from west to east. For example, this is west to east. We will be going like this. So options are 1. Bandar Abbas, 2. Chabahar, 3. Bandar-e-Jas, and 4. Gwadwar. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. So here we can analyze this question through this diagram. So we can see the Bandar Abbas location, it is present in Iran. Then Bandar-e-Jas, it is also present in Iran. Then port of Chabahar, it is also present in Iran. And in this region of Pakistan, there is Gwadwar port. Gwadar port in the Pakistan region. Thus we can see the Bandar Abbas, it is in the most western side, and the Gwadar port, it is on the most eastern side. Thus here we can see 1 towards the western and 4 towards eastern, between which Bandar-e-Jas, that is 3, and Chabahar, that is 2. Thus statement A becoming the correct answer for this question. Now, next question is, which of the following are the differences between tropical and extratropical cyclones? Tropical cyclones and extratropical cyclones, which is also called as the temperate cyclones, you might have studied about. Now, statement 1 is, a clear frontal system is present in extratropical cyclones, but not in the tropical cyclones. If we will analyze this question, then the tropical cyclones, in the tropical cyclones, the fronts are not formed. Why? Because the system or because the condition of the formation of cyclones or tropical cyclones is quite different. That cyclones, hurricanes, they have quite different systems which are not based on the front system. It is basically based on the system of energy and the vertical circulation of air which is taking place on the sea region. Okay, so extratropical cyclones, they have frontal systems. They have fronts present. It is called as the anticyclonic fronts also, where there is warm front or cold front is present here. Now, tropical cyclones can originate over both land and sea, but extratropical cyclones originate over the sea only. This is an incorrect statement. Why? Because the tropical cyclones, they can originate over sea only. Over sea origin, because it is deriving its energy from the warm water of sea. But the extratropical cyclones, they can be formed over the land and ocean or sea also. They can be formed both on land and ocean, because here their energy is being derived from the fronts, warm or cold fronts. Now, statement 3. The tropical cyclones affect much larger area as compared to the extratropical cyclones. This is also an incorrect statement. Why? Because the tropical cyclones, they have quite limited area. But the extratropical cyclones, we will analyze that, they have quite larger area. It spreads from thousands to tens of thousands of kilometers, where the influence of this extratropical cyclones can be seen. But the tropical cyclones, comparatively, it is quite smaller in area. Now, statement 4 is, The extratropical cyclones move from west to east, but tropical cyclones move from east to west. Basically, this is an correct statement. Why? Because if we will analyze the conditions, this is equator, and the tropical cyclones, they are majorly formed in the tropical zone, a much higher, if we will say, towards the mid latitudes, but not higher than that. So this is tropical region, and in this tropical region we can see that there is presence of easterlies, and for the extratropical cyclone they are present more towards the temperate region. They are formed over the temperate regions, some parts of polar region, and some part of mid latitude or subtropical regions. Here there is more presence of westerlies. Here there is presence of westerlies, easterlies and westerlies, thus making the above statement as an correct statement that the extratropical cyclones or temperate cyclones, they move from west to east under the influence of westerlies, and the tropical cyclones move from east to west, which is also called as easterlies, thus making C, that is statement 1 and 4 only, as the correct answer. Next question is, which of the following statements regarding soil is India is correct? Okay, so will be talking about the various soils of India. So statement A is, soils formed by new alluviums are clay and sticky. Basically, this is an incorrect statement because they will be kind of coarse. They will be coarser in nature. And clay and sticky soils, they are majorly formed as a part of the black soil. As a part of the black soil they are. So this is an incorrect statement. Black soils are poor in iron and aluminum. This is also an incorrect statement because black soil, they are kind of richer. Okay, along with black soil, we'll be seeing that the laterite soils, they are also quite richer in iron and aluminum. Statement C, red soils are rich in humus. Red soils, they are basically not rich in humus. Okay, they are rich in the iron and aluminum also. Okay, statement 4, the laterite soils are found in regions of high temperature and high rainfall. This is the correct statement. Why? Because if we will see the region of Western Ghats, the region of Meghalaya Plateau, and some of the regions of the Eastern Ghats region, where the rainfall is quite high and the temperature is quite humid, there is presence of laterite soil. Why? Because in this region there is a process which is called as leaching. Leaching is occurring, which is making this soil as a laterite soil, and here there is high presence of aluminum and iron in the top layer of the soil. So this is D is the correct answer to this question. Moving forward, with reference to lithium metal, which of the following statements are correct? Statement 1 is, it is a soft alkali metal and is highly reactive and flammable. This is a correct statement because it is kind of a soft alkali metal which is very reactive and very flammable. There have been various accidents occurred in the United States of America and also in the various fields where the lithium is present because of its high reactive nature. Statement 2, Bolivia has the largest identified lithium reserves in the world. Basically, we'll be looking at Bolivia is present in the region of South America. Thus, it comes under the lithium triangle. It comes under the lithium triangle region, making this statement as a correct statement. Statement 3, it is highly soluble and can be obtained from brines. This is also a correct statement because this lithium metal, it is quite highly soluble, which can be obtained from the brines, which is the dissolved salts. It is also called as dissolved salts. Okay, so analyzing these three statements which are correct, our answer here becomes D, that is 1, 2 and 3. All the statements are correct statements. Moving towards the next question. With reference to groundwater in India, consider the following statements. Statement 1 is, the irrigation sector is the major consumer of groundwater resources in India. So, analyzing this statement, it is a quite correct statement because more than 60 to 70% of groundwater, it is being consumed in the irrigation practices. Okay, majorly if we'll see in the part of northwestern India, okay, in the part of western Uttar Pradesh also. So here the groundwater is highly used for in the irrigation sector, for the agricultural sector, for growing of crops like wheat, rice, maize, pulses, etc. Thus making statement 1 as a correct statement. Statement 2. The Central Groundwater Authority, established under the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974, is responsible for management and development of groundwater in India. If we will analyze this question very deeply and about the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act, this is basically an incorrect statement. Why? Because the Central Groundwater Authority, it has been established under the Environmental or Environment Protection Act of 1986, thus making this statement as an incorrect statement and the answer to this question as A1 only. So here you need to remember the Central Groundwater Authority, it has been formed under which act. Moving towards next question, we have, with reference to the recently published Global Migration Report, consider the following statements. Basically, this question is forming a part of human geography and the part of migration which is taking place over the world. So the question is, the statement 1, the report is published by International Organization for Migration, a specialized agency of UN. So analyzing this statement, if you have read this report, then statement 1, it becomes an incorrect statement. Why? Because this International Organization for Migration, it is not a specialized agency under the UN. So making this statement as an incorrect statement. Statement 2, Europe and Asia comprised more than 50% of the global international migration stock. So analyzing this statement with a recent report, we can see the Europe and Asia, the regions of Europe like it is Romania, then Bulgaria, then USA, it is UK, then France, Italy, Germany. They have welcomed various or millions, not millions, but thousands of migrants which have been gone through, which have been migrating from the Ukraine in recent times. And similarly, the countries of Western Asia or Western Central Asia, these are the Iran, Iraq, Israel, okay. Then we can see Saudi Arabia, India. So they have also welcomed the migrants from the Ukraine region, which have increased the migration stock up to almost 62% in total value of the global international migration stock of the world, thus making this statement as a correct statement. Statement 3, China is the leading recipient of remittances followed by India. Basically, remittances are the earnings which are coming from the foreign countries or towards the origin of the countries of that particular people. This statement is an incorrect statement because currently also India is the leading recipient of remittances followed by China, thus making this statement as an incorrect statement. The question here it is asking, which of the above statements is or are incorrect? Thus incorrect statement we can analyze, it is 1 and 3, thus making the answer 1 and 3 as the correct answer for this question. Next question is, which of the following are the objectives of O Smart scheme? O Smart scheme, you might have heard about it in the news. It is basically about the mining of minerals or energy resources, which are present inside the ocean. Basically, this is an ocean smart scheme. So statement 1, the generating of information on marine living resources in the Indian Exclusive Economic Zone, that is EEZ. So analyzing this statement, it is a correct statement because an information is being generated with regard to the marine living resources. The living resources are also being mapped, which are present in the Exclusive Economic Zone of India. Statement 2, monitoring levels of seawater pollutants for health assessment of coastal waters of India. So this is also a correct statement because the pollution level in the Indian Ocean region, basically in the exclusive economic zone, it is quite important to monitor. Thus, this scheme or O-Smart scheme, it is monitoring the levels of the pollution level in this region. It is basically assessing the kind of plastic pollution. Then we can also see there is presence of nitrogen, then phosphorus, then the acidification, the dissolution of CO2 in water. So all these parameters are being assessed here. Statement 3, the carrying out exploration of polymetallic nodules in the central Indian Ocean basin. This is also a correct statement. If we will see the presence of the polymetallic nodules, which is present in the central part of Indian Ocean, which is located just near to the Maldives. Okay, Maldives, it is present nearly to that region, thus making this statement as a correct statement, which comes under the part of exclusive economic zone of India. Statement 4, the acquisition of coastal research vessels for coastal pollution monitoring. This is also a quite important research activity which is being done by India under through its O-Smart scheme, thus making this statement also a correct statement. And the answer for this question, it becomes D, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4 as a correct answer. Moving forward, we have completed the 10 questions for today. So I will be briefing you again about the initiative of All India PT mock test, which is basically an OMR based test which will be conducted under the UPSC simulation environment, which is very important. You can assess your approach for the UPSC Prelims examination and get a real-time feeling of civil services prelims examination at the various test centers, which are more than 20 and spread across the 25 cities of India. Okay, you can see the name of the cities. If you are residing at any of the city or near the cities, you can register yourself and you can go there to attempt this exam and know how you have prepared yourself and is there any shortcoming which can be overcome with time with regard to your preparation. For registering yourself, you can scan this QR code and you can register yourself. The next test will be saying that it is on 9th April, 30th April and 10th May. The fees for this test, it is quite nominal, it is not very high. Present in English and Hindi medium, both the students with regard to the language, it is not a barrier now. They can attempt this test. You can also visit this website, that is iscore.in for more information. So thank you very much guys. Thank you very much.